Hello, everyone, and welcome to the lesson of this week. After finishing your analysis and evaluation process, it's time now for creating your project. The first step to have a successful project is planning. Now you know what to include in your digital media project. All what you need is planning for how to present this information to your audience. In this lesson, we're not going to spend time talking about the importance of planning or the definition of planning. But we're going to explore how you can plan your project so you can create it easily and in less time. You have several options for planning your project, but today we're going to explore three methods. The first one is a sequential outline. The second one is storyboard. And the third one is script. So you don't have to do all of them in this workshop. I only need you to do one of them. But I really encourage you to explore all of them so you can apply them after the workshop in future projects for more professional planning. So let's explore each one of them, and starting with sequential outline. What is a sequential outline? It's dividing your plan in two steps and then presenting them in the order they will occur. How to do that? By adding a time to organize the steps. For example, you said, first, I'm gonna do this and that. Second, I'm gonna do that and that, and so on. So organize your steps and divide them into sub-steps as well for more clarification. As an example of a sequential outline is making a sandwich, where you start first with cutting the bread or bringing the toast, and second, you put a cheese, and third, you put a type of meat, and after that, you put lettuce or pickles, and so on. So basically, you're layering your sandwich. For your digital media project, sequential outline is the same concept, where you start with the first scene's details, or in a case of a blog, you start with the first post title and then the content, for instance, and continue from that. So this is about sequential outline. What about scripts? Scripts can define your video or project sequence of sights and sounds. It means that you write exactly what you're gonna say in that video or audio and what you're gonna write in your blog exactly for the post. So usually you use it with projects that need some sort of narration. And scripting make your work more organized and easier to apply because you know exactly what you need to say. So you might ask, what's the difference between writing a script and writing a sequential outline? Basically, writing a script is about writing exactly the same words you're gonna say or write in your video, audio, or blog. While the sequential outline is more general about what you are planning to do in the first scene or slide and what you are planning to do in the second one, and so on. As an example of that is when I create these videos for this workshop. When writing a sequential outline, I write that in the first slide, I would like to say an introduction about what we are going to discuss this week. In the second slide, I'm going to say a definition of analyzing or evaluation or whatever. But when I write a script, I write exactly what I'm saying to you right now. By this way, I know exactly what I can say in each part of the slides. Of course, that might change while I'm recording, but basically I have the same exact idea written in front of me in my script. So now it's time to write your script or sequential outline, and here are some tips to help you do that. The first tip is to convey your message in the first 30 seconds. So try to integrate a sentence focuses on your main message or main idea within the 31st seconds so the audience know what to pay attention to. The second tip is to use personal conversation with the audience. That means that you can speak directly to your audience by using words such as you. For example, you can say, "Now it's your turn to do this and that." Also, tell them what they need to know and don't take a long time explaining something they already know. This is why it's important to know your audience and their backgrounds so you don't talk about something they already know for a long time and invest that time to talk about something new. The third tip is to change the tone. When you write the script or the narration, imagine the right tone that could convey the meaning of your sentence. Make sure to have a variety of reactions and tones in your content to keep the audience engaged. The last tip is to add humor wisely. Adding sense of humor to your script could be a smart idea if you don't overuse it. Try to choose the appropriate areas in the content to add it. If you feel like your content is not the appropriate place to add a sense of humor, so just don't do it. After planning your content, it's good to visualize the final result. And one way to do that is to create a storyboard. A storyboard is drawing each shot of your video or project. Or in the case of creating a blog, you can design where you want to put an image or how to organize the text and whether there is a video included to the post or not, and so on. Technology offered some online web tools to storyboard your video or digital storytelling. One of them is Storyboard That, which allows you to drag and drop characters, backgrounds, and other details from their image library. We're going to talk about this website after a minute. So, another suggestion is to use PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, where you can make each slide um, as a scene or one part of your project, and you can draw or design what you want to include in that part or scene. And here are some tips to create your own storyboard. The first one is to make it logical by putting the content or scenes in a logical progression to the conclusion. That means that you want to make sense to the audience of why you have this conclusion, which is a logical conclusion for the introduction and the parts you put before that. Also, invest the first scene or post or the introduction in general because it plays an important role in attracting your audience. So you can start with an interesting question, a story, a short scenario, or any other ideas. Try to be creative and invest some time designing and choosing your first scene because that might engage your students or your audience. This is Storyboard That. This is the main web page. So let's go and take a look how you can create a storyboard. Basically, here are the cells you have or the slides. You can choose the screen or the scene you want to add. For example, here is stairs. We're gonna try that. Okay. You can edit it. Also, you can add characters and you can choose adults, teens, kids, or if you want a specific job. So let's try one of these in here. I'm gonna choose the farmer, I guess. Yeah, and also you can edit it. So basically, I don't have a story here, but I'm just showing you what are the options you have in this website. So we can add shapes if you want them to talk, or if you need to use other shapes in here. You can also have technology, so Twitter. You can edit every part you use in here. So yeah, basically this is how you use it. In regard of pricing, of course you can use it for free, but that make you limited. Um, there are some packages like the individual package. It's about $10 per month. You have also educational package for teachers. So the free package, you can't have unlimited storyboards per week. You're limited to two, and you are limited to 3 to 6 cells. So you can't do more for the one project. Um, the difference between the educational and the individual: for educational package, you can have unlimited users. So if you are a teacher and you want your students to use the same package, you can have that package. Also, you can have reporting and teacher view, and you can provide them with comments. So yeah, of course you can use the free one if you don't need that much of storyboards. Now it's your turn. For this week process regarding your final project, use one of the planning methods mentioned in this lesson to design and visualize your content. You can do a sequential outline, a script, or a storyboard. Depends on your preference and what you feel more suitable to your project. All what I ask you for is showing me your thinking and designing, or let me say your brainstorming. You can use PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, Storyboard that, or any other software or website you find. Also, you can use some templates I already included in the content section in D2L. I just want you to show me your thinking and how you are visualizing or expecting your project to look like. Of course, while you are creating your actual project, it's not necessary to look exactly the same as your script or sequential outline, but I want to see a connection between them. So good luck in that, and once you finish it, start right away to create your own project.